And the Lama, deity embodiment of the three jivas, take refuge after attaining awakening. In order to liberate wandering beings, providing space, I will strive to accomplish the Guru Buddha. In the Lama, deity embodiment of the three jivas, take refuge after attaining awakening. In order to liberate the wandering beings, providing space, I will strive to accomplish the Guru Buddha. Choson kende lama la, sancho bardo da jamche, nyam da inka jan ro ser, lama sanje drupzon za. My own mind, luminous and void, appears as sphere of rainbow-colored light. In the center appears the glorious Guru, the essence of self-knowing awareness. Naked and without adornment, you are solely dressed in angora or shorts and a meditation belt. With joyful expression, you behold all beings with love. From the overturning Dharma ware in your right hand, a rainfall of Dharma flows into the bloomful universe. The nectar inside the end's bowl in your life hand heals the disease of sentient beings' afflictions. At your navel on a sun disk stands a white luminous home. The light radiating from it invites the Buddhas of the three towns, who descend like snowflakes in your blood and dissolve into you. Thus, I see you as the embodiment of the Buddhas of the three towns. You are Chinrezig, the embodiment of love and compassion. You are Tara, for your love all beings like a mother loves her child. You are all Purvasiva Vajradhara, Lord of an ocean of mandalas. I supplicate you, glorious Guardian. Realizing that the Lama, vigilance, and my own mind are a union free from meeting and murdering. I respectfully posted within on unmodified states, wherein the six kinds of consciousness are resting naturally, of all appearance and existence as naturally manifest adornment. I confess as clothes of poisons, and the discursive thoughts are naturally free within the vastness of the basic space expanse. I rejoice from within the state of summonness, unconfounded by the cage of dualistic grasping. I beseech you to sit blessed the torch of wisdom for transcending beings enveloped by the darkness of ignorance. For the sake of merit and good fortune for myself and others, may your life be full and everlasting. May the virtue gather through meditation and so forth turn into the benefit of all mother sentient beings. Fully realize in the unfabricated dharmakaya of self-awareness, your unconditional love provides all beings in the universe. With boundless enlightening acts, you train sentient beings according to their needs. Ngidun Tempa Nyama, son of the teaching of the absolute truth, I supplicate you. At the navel upon ascenders, the mantra garland rotated clockwise from it. The light of emptiness and the compassion radiates and makes offering to all the Buddhas. And purify the karmas, afflictions, negativity, and habitual tendencies of sentient beings. Think that the universe and the beings become affairs of all embracing purity. Om Guru Rena Danza Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Hong. Om Ai Guru Rena Danza Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Hong. Om Ai Guru Rena Danza Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Hong. So here now I'm going to share the Guru devotion. Tangge doje yaje reisen ro yenje do deje bonjong ba serje lembo tawar jibe ge shaje jarbe shard sorwan de rome yeje yenje borane Dorje Janjen de lo naro da marba malai jije gambo ba pamoy ba yarwai jigong be gaje lama nam la sorwan de rome jije yenje borane de song sanje genje ngo nye Ransen Jige Ngonzon Donzebe Save Lame Yabla Zorwande. Good morning, everyone. Yes. Morning. Today, so I'm going to share with you Guru devotion. Good devotion is a very simple topic, but it's also hardest one, complicated one too. So due to our individual level and also due to the culture, not easy to understand, like, followed by these individual levels, culture, hard to understand. Another way is really complicated. Another way is Guru devotion is easy. So someone who introduce your nature mind, then long as you have a devotion for that person, so that's called Guru devotion. Very simple, easy. Another way is I just share with you lots complicated there too. And I can follow by today's short story from Telopa Naropa. So the Kagyu lineage masters, through the realization and Guru devotion. So their Guru devotion, our ordinary Guru devotion is actually different, because they are realized masters. And that's why I can share this Kagyu teachers' devotions that also helps us blessing. So we don't have that level right now. You don't have to worry. So we have to create karmic imprints, that kind of Guru devotion. First, see the Buddha Vajradhara. He shared all these Vajrayana teachings. Then Vajrayana teaching, Vajradhara, teaching is the Telopa. He received directly from Buddha Vajradhara through his realization, not just, physically human form body, ordinary precepts. And through high realization, he received directly Vajrayana teaching from the Buddha Vajradhara. Then Telopa, his story, is all his realization comes from his guru blessing. When he was born, his young baby, his parents love taking care of her all the time, lovingly. So then what Vajra Yogini actually appeared to them is like, if you take care like that, whatever you're doing, like taking care, but this guy, your son is anyway going to die. So then the parents are really scared, nervous. They're sent to monastery and Telopa study all the Buddhist philosophy teachings. And then Vajra Yogini again prophesies him to practice not only the philosophy study, have to practice, meditate. So he 8 years, something like, is stay in the one small space, is practice. He realized high level. And then he aroused very strong devotion to Nagarjuna. So he wanted to see the Nagarjuna and he left that place and went to see Nagarjuna. So blessing Nagarjuna and asked him to serve one of the female in the big city is prostitute. So Nagarjuna, like his disciple, and through the asked him to you have to serve these, prostitutes. And Telopa accepted because he has a strong devotion to Guru. He recognized, that is meaningful, useful. And then he went to the city. He served the helping, doing job for the posture, and then they asked him to do take care the what is called sesame seeds. I think sesame seeds have to create oil, so he have to smudge the sesame seeds. He did that, and he realized, because he recognized, or if you practice, you get discover Buddha nature. And the same as the sesame seeds, he work hard and smudge, right, and then create oil and butter, I think, something like that. So he realized it's like, if you work hard, practice, you can discover Buddha nature. So use that, he has become realizer. That's why I say Telopa means like sesame seeds. There is like sesame seeds. Telopa name is. So he served these people, and then he liberated all these people. He shared the teaching. So that's our blessings due to Guru devotion, because he has strong has devotion to the Gurus. His Gurus, due to that, he did this, activities. And if who don't have enough devotion, they're never ever going to accept that job. No one wanted to do that. So he has devotion. That's why he did that. He had realized. Then his disciple is Naropa. Naropa is actually nearly dead 24 times. 12 is a really big one. And 12 is a little bit smaller, like 24 punish you get from the Telopa. Naropa also high realized, actually scholar in Nalanda University. So he knows all these Buddhist philosophy teachings. He cannot control his mind. So he looking some teacher like he can control his mind. The Vajra Yogini prophesies him, Telopa. So then he gave up his job in Nalanda University, he left. So looking Telopa appeared to many different ways, like come to Naropa. Naropa didn't recognize because Naropa has a dualistic precepts. When Telopa appeared to him is totally different, like his precepts, his expectation. Naropa expectation, Telopa means very special spiritual teacher stay in the temple and many disciples, but Telopa appeared to Naropa, hunter, Telopa told Naropa asked him, do you know Telopa where he lived? Actually, Telopa is that hunter is Telopa. The hunter told him, shoot this arrow to these animals. Then Naropa said, no, I cannot do that. Then the hunter is despaired. So that too late, Naropa recognized, oh, I didn't recognize. Teacher is appeared to me, but I didn't recognize. So like that, Telopa appeared to many different ways like that, is Naropa didn't recognize. Then finally, in the river, Telopa is just like, you can see right now in India, there's some people like kind of homeless, and they don't have shoes, they don't have a whole body clothes, only just underwear like that. And that kind of a guy, very poor, very tall guy, and killing the fish, eating, and killing fish is like, just fresh fish killing. I mean, eating also, killing and eating there. And he has doubt about why he killing the fish. So he thinks Telopa cannot be this guy, because Telopa means like some spiritual teacher cannot killing other beings. Then Telopa told him, you cannot have a doubt. Telopa recognized, of course, Naropa's mind, he can read, and he told, you have to free from your doubts. So then Naropa recognized, okay, and this is a Telopa, he's realizer, high realizer, so I have to take my teacher. And then he follow him, he give so many punishes, all is unbelievable punishes. So through that punishing, Naropa is get realization, realize, it's become Buddha. So that all is due to the guru's, blessing and the students' devotion. Through that, the Telopa, Naropa both realizer, Mahamudra realizer, master. And then Marpa Losawa, he was born in Tibet. So he did lots of hardship, went to India to study in Nalanda University. The Marpa Losa story is like, you read Malarepa's story, then you understand mostly there. No easy teacher, right? So it's a hard difficulty, very wrathful teacher. But he's comparing to his teacher, he's not like that. Like that time he's very soft, different. He's come to Malarepa, he's wrathful, but he's become front of his teacher, he's not like that. And so anyway, he went to India so many times. Many times means like majority times. Each time is really hard work. Not easy. Just go through India. That time is no same as right now, because it takes years to go to India. It's also you need a lot material object, like offering to the teachers to us teaching. So Marpa Losa, one reason why he went to India study translating, because in Tibet at that time Dharma is so expensive. Not many can receive teaching. So some teachers went to India, they come back to in Tibet, translate to teaching Tibetan language. They share only who offer the goals. So they go to India also, the teachers, ask them offer the goals to receive teachings. So that's why it's that time is not easy to receive teachings. Marpa Lotsa, he go to India, he bring more teachings in Tibet, like easy for students. That's his intention. So that's why he went to India, study all this Sanskrit, and he received many teachings. So he has many different kind of teachers. When he run out of the gore, finish the gore, he go back to again in Tibet to collect the gore. It take long time. Not easy to get a gore in Tibet too. So then he go back to again India. So anyway, he has many teachers. Then his most like connection, devotion, and Mahamudra teaching teacher guru is Naropa. So Naropa give him lots punishes, not always show up him and always disappeared. Marpa Lotsa all the time looking the Naropa in India everywhere. It's hot weather, you think about. Someone come from Tibet, it's cold weather, to India is hottest place. Looking teacher all over the India is not easy. So recognize that is like how the hardship Marpa Lotsa did, then really come arise devotion to Marpa Lotsa. How he did hardship for actually his compassion. He really want to help people, Dharma, valuable, translation to Tibetan language. And then he received teaching Naropa, get many difficult hardships. So end of the last meeting, then Marpa Lotsa going to leave from the Telopas, monastery, kind of, that time not really monastery, but he stayed in the one top of the mountain. It's called Pulaharu. It's not too far from Bodhigaya, where Buddha Shakyamuni enlightenment. 2 years ago, I was there, I went that mountain. So no, it's not just no temple there, and you can visit there, that place. So the top of the mountain, all the way Marpa Lotsa went back to the bottom of the mountain. He did post station, like, back and forth, and each step he did post station to his guru, and each step he did post station to his guru, and all the way like takes days to go down to the bottom, top to the bottom. He did that way post station. He has that kind of strong devotion. So that time actually he has already Malarepa. The last trip he went to India, he has already his disciple Malarepa is with him. No, he didn't take Malarepa India, but Malarepa was in his place in Tibet. So actually that time Marpa Lotsa is a high realizer, but see, even he is a high realizer, has very strong devotion. So if you practice Dharma, you are into your mind is more connected with the Dharma, you arise more devotion to the Guru. So if you don't practice the Dharma, you don't meditate, then just devotion is kind of like surface, like easily lost. You can have devotion, but some people say, oh, something, person's mistakes, like wrong, and he's incorrect, she's incorrect, someone give you information, easily you lost your devotion, shift your mind away from the devotion. Because our devotion is just surface, not deeper devotion there. Then where is the deeper devotion is come from? Because practice Dharma. So you are dependent. Your Dharma is like going right direction and benefit you, and then you have more devotions to your gurus. Recognize that kindness. So that's why I say Marpa Lotsa, they are actually realized, but that time they have more devotion to his gurus. And then say Malarepa. So Mapa Loza Malarepa actually has connections, not only this life, that time life is like already previous life, they have connections. Due to that, when Malarepa heard the Marpa Loza's name, he just kind of realized Mahamudra, he forget everything. And then tears come his eye, and like body is kind of like little bit shaking, all these small hairs wake up. So very special like feeling arise, like like never happened before like that. So then through that, he promised whatever difficulty go through, he going to meet that teacher. So then he made Marpa Loza for his commitment, because he almost 6-7 years, Marpa Loza never give teaching Dharma really, or the punish for him. So through that punish, or Malarepas purify his karma. And that is all students' devotion, Guru's blessing, purify karma, create accumulation merit, and become realize Mahamudra. So that's a Malarepa story most people know, so I don't have to share lots. And then Gambopa, think about Gambopa. Gambopa, he has a very strong renunciation. He is a very high scholar. Why he has a very strong renunciation samsara, when he was young, he get married. So he has a wife, he has 2 kids, and during that time, some disease, something come to in the village. So his 2 kids is gone and passed away, and then his wife also sick and going to die. So she very strong attached to Gambopa, and then she just dying, asked Gambopa, oh, you going to marry like some beautiful ladies, something like she told that Gambopa. Gambopa said, no, I'm not going to marry any again. So I'm going to go to monastery. So then she passed away. Gambopa went to monastery. He has a very strong renunciation for samsara. And he has teachers study, and he reached a very high scholar. And so also Gambopa is the Buddha Shakyamuni prophesies many in the sutras. So very famous teacher, in Tibet. And so anyway, he has very high scholar and a practitioner, very strong Dharma practitioner. Then one day he see the 3 beggars. They're talking about the Malarepa, 3 beggars, just, beggars talking the different kind of informations. Then Gambopa didn't ask them anything specifically. He heard the Malarepa's name. He gets something very different, his feeling. Then after that, he forgetting everything. Even he forget his practice too. Usually he practice like, Gambopa has a very discipline, and step by step he practice, follow. He forget even his practice too. Then he, something, he's kind of like, different, his feelings, everything. Then he think, I have to find these beggars where they are. So I'm going to find the person I heard the name, who's that person. So then he looking these beggars, they are stay somewhere else in the hotel room, guest house. So the guest house means like beggars actually can afford the guest house, but that means like during that time, maybe no need to pay, just someone give room for stay, guest house. So then Gambopa asked them, who's the Malarepa? Then they told Gambopa, they said they didn't meet him, but they heard somebody said really good, someone says really bad. They said they don't know. Because Malarepa also yogi unusual, and in Tibet, that time some people cannot accepting he is realized because they usually see the lamas teachers means like disciplinary and not like same as Malarepa, don't have enough clothes for cover the body and not stay in the temple, going everywhere. So that's why they just some people think he's crazy, some people think he's special. So all his individual has different percepts. That's also due to the karma. We don't know. So teacher is the connections and the karma is wrapping you right away accepting. So now you are here. See, mostly is Westerner people because you have connections, dharma. That's why when you hear the Buddhists, you want to join, you want to hear, you want to accept. That also you have some connections, previous life. That's why. Otherwise, not possible. So to accepting, So like that in Tibet also during that time, some just don't accept. So these beggars anyway give the information to Gambopa. Then Gambopa, he went back to his home, and that night he has lots of dreams. So someone gave him the, we have called Toma, is like long home, very long. So someone gave him, this is the biggest home in Tibet. If you blow this, whole world feel this energy and the voice. So someone give like that, the long home for him. And he blew that, and he felt like very powerful. So like that, it's a couple of different kind of dreams. Then next morning he wake up, he make 100% decision. He say, I'm going to see that teacher. So then he went to, he has like some other things, his own, his family, he sold everything and offered to his before teachers. Before who give him Dharma teachings, he give it offer to them, ask them permission. He wanted to go to see Malarepa. So the other teachers also recognize, they say, yes, you can go. They give some like words, is like, we create you, but you work for someone, So means like they create Gambopa means they're giving teachings, they create Gambopa, they become future success. And but Gambopa is living, so they accept it anyway. And then Gambopa looking Malarepa, and Malarepa also, see, he has a lot followers that time, so he needs someone who can really, hold his lineage. So Malarepa is a yogi and like, no dualistic person, and he share the teachings different, usually in Tibet, totally different the other teachers are sharing. If Malarepa think if he give like his success or lineage holder like that, some kind of like that, but then future may be more harder. So that's why he needs someone who has education with morality, with realize all this have together. So that kind of person he needs to hold his lineage. He has many realized students, but some they don't have enough like education, like philosophy study backgrounds, like the whole teaching and kind of like feature sharing for others, not enough. So that's why I see some teacher has good practice realized, but they don't really know how to share the teachings. Everything need causes, conditions, you get a result. So you just have devotion, you practice receiving the spirit instructions, practice, you can get realized, but hard to share teaching for others and hold the lineage. That's why Malarepa also looking, someone like Gambopa. And then Gambopa is coming to see him. So Malarepa, that day, one woman, she meet Malarepa. Milarepa told her, it's a Sonam Rinchen. I mean, the Gambopa at that time, now his name is Sonam Rinchen. It's a different name. So he said, someone is coming to see me. The person who bring to my place, like kind of like that person who introduced my space or place where Milarepa. That person is become, Milarepa told him is get high level realized connection dharma. So that kind of that person get benefit. Milarepa just told the kind of, he shared the for the lady. When lady meet Milarepa told her, tomorrow, some person is coming who bring that person is my place. That person get lots accumulation merit. That person can get realized. So that woman went back to her home and she stayed her home. Gambopa arrived her home. Gambopa asked Milarepa. Then she told Gambopa, oh, yesterday I meet Milarepa. He told me someone is coming, it's you. So my daughter, going to call my daughter. My daughter have to take you to see the Milarepa because she want get her daughter get something special, like connection and create accumulation merit and realize it. So she shared that Gambopa, and Gambopa thought, wow, I'm something very special because Milarepa already knows, and he telling people that. So he thought, I'm the special person. So he have that thoughts that is become actually kind of more, we say, pride. So due to that, Milarepa denied the meet Gambopa 1 month. So 1 month, Gambopa cannot meet Milarepa. So he have to stay, somewhere else, like just waiting the meet Milarepa. So Milarepa didn't give punish that much to Gambopa, same as he received from the Marpa Lotsa. So the reason is Marpa Lotsa told Milarepa, future don't give punish. So punish, through the punish realization is we have to stop. So the future doesn't work that correctly. So that's the reason Milarepa also didn't give punish too much Gambopa. Just only 1 month he denied the meat. And he subdued Gambopa's pride, and also, give a little hardship. So then Gambopa received teaching Milarepa. So he's become lineage holder. Gambopa is very famous teacher in Tibet. So he wrote the first Lamrim text in Tibet. Buddhist is, so like Journal of Liberation is most important text. And when you read that book, then you really arise devotion to Gambopa because we see his compassion, his realization, his wisdom. So study Dharma, then you connect with the teacher. And sometimes you also read these biographies, these high realized teachers, and connect with the student. Then that also helps arise devotion. So we need many different kind of conditions, source. Practice Dharma, and sometimes read this biography, the high realized teachers. And then Gambopa has many teachers, students. So we follow through the Mahamudra. Mahamudra was born in the Kham area, and he went to central Tibet. Then he met Gambopa. So he has very strong devotion to Gambopa, and he received teaching. They have lots of stories, but I don't know that much Mahamudra. So it's lots, but it's he just unusual guy too, unusual person. Anyway, Gambopa has three yogis. It's three yogis come from Kam, so they're called Kampa three yogis. So one is the first Karmapa, and one is the Pamutrupa, and another is called Sartong Shogun. So three of them always broken the rules in the monastery. So they fired them. So the disciplinary, I think, fired these three of them. And then Gambopa told them where they are. They said they fired them. So then Gambopa said, oh no, we cannot fire them. So the Gambopa went to looking for them, and they are somewhere else, and they're crying and dancing and something drinking, you know, like in the rocks. They have lots of footprint in the rocks, three of them, and then Gambopa has song of realization, like, you know, my sons come back again. Yarsho is like come up again, come up, come back again, something like it's beautiful song realization. So then they're calling the teacher and they're reuniting against teacher and the student. So it's a beautiful stories there. So then that is one of this Pamutrupa. So he's the Gambopa's lineage holder. And then his student is Jigten Sunggun, come to Jigten Sunggun. So Jigten Sunggun, when he was born in Tibet, Kham area. So when he heard this Pamutrupa's name, and he just lost his control again. And he 100% decision, you know, like give up everything in Kham Tibet. He went to on the path to Central Tibet to meet Pamutrupa. So when he was in the Pamutrupa's place, is everyone think he is crazy because he has strong devotion. He postation to each student, Pamutrupa's students. I think is each student also a little bit uncomfortable because his devotion and he postation to every student. And then, so 4 months after actually when Jigten Sunggun met Pamutrupa, Pamutrupa has passed away. But during the 4 months, Jigten Sunggun received like mostly teachings and of course like through blessing. And Jigten Sunggun get realized. So many students seeing Pamutrupa's heart center, Golden Vajra, like that is like dissolved to Jigten Sunggun's heart. So that's many students that kind of have a perception seeing that, not everyone, I think, just mostly who has a heart realizes there. So due to that, then Pamutrupa, when passed away, the thing is like he going to lineage holder someone else because he's close student, long-term students, but he give lineage holders Jigten Sunggun, everyone suppressing. No, unbelievable, everyone. So, and then you see last couple of months ago, I shared the Jigten Sunggun's song of realization. That song of realization he offered to the Talon Tangpa. Talon Tangpa is a Pamutrupa's student, is a very close one and a long-term students. So the Talon Tangpa has kindness because he think Jigten Sunggun, he not too long with the teacher. So he have to share teachings, he have to hold the lineage. And he wanted to offer him all the teachings. So Talon Tangpa said, I'm going to offer you all the teachings because you don't have enough time to stay with the teacher. Then Jigten Sunggun said, no, I don't have that regret. So he said, I'm always with my teacher, 24 hours. And I don't need the teaching again. So that's we talked last couple of months ago, the song of realization. It's a beautiful one, right? And so see, this called Kaju lineage is called blessing lineage. It's guru blessing to student realize the Mahamudra through the student devotion. So devotion and Guru's blessing is most important. Without that, cannot realize the Mahamudra. That's the reason Jigten Sunggun then he shared the teaching is through 5-part Mahamudra. So he created this 5-part Mahamudra, Bodhicitta, Yadam Deity, Guru Yoga, and then Mahamudra, then dedication, yeah? So that's the 5-part Mahamudra. And then all this, of course, like that is the just major story. Like we usually chant, Dorjen Chanji, Telo Narota, Mapamala Chichi Gambo, Papamutropa, Javanti Gompa, Kaju Lama Nala, so on that. We always chant that. And then Jiti Sungo, all the lineage holders, all has that special devotions to Guru. And that connect with the teacher. And then they get blessing and get realized. So today also we can talk about say Garchen Rinpoche devotion, and he's going to share the Mahamudra teaching. So I can share a little bit about his devotion. His devotion is not same as like of course our ordinary people. The devotion I told you, who practice the Dharma, they have very strong, deeper devotion. And then, of course, like who has more realized, there's strong devotion to the gurus. Gaji Rinpoche has many gurus. So usually we're talking about always like Khenpo Minser, his guru. I can share with you a short story with that too. I was in Tibet with Garchen Rinpoche, went to meet Khenpo Minser together. So that time I was very young and I really don't know that much. So now thinking about that more and more is like recognize what the devotion is. So that is like kind of a 1991, could be 1991 or 1992, like that time. I was in Gar Monastery, so we spring, actually kind of summertime. Maybe end of May and beginning June, we went to see Khenpo Minser. So Gar Monastery go to see the Khenpo Minser, that time is journey is not that easy. It's harder, really hard. We don't get the transportations easily. So take really long time. And we don't have these cars, like easy to go. It's rent the tract. So everyone have to stay behind the tract. You cannot stay inside there, only can fit 2-3 people. So include the driver, right? And we have maybe 20-something monks from Gar Monastery. That time I remember I'm the youngest one. So we went with the Garchen Rinpoche, we went to see Khenpo Minser. It takes like more than 1 week to get there. And we arrived at Khenpo Minser's place. Khenpo Minser, his stay is called Gulo, is nomads, Tibetan nomads. Very high area altitude, very high altitude. Winter time, very hard to get there. During that time, not possible to cars, trucks can get there. Only just someone wanted to go, have to go through walk winter time. So we went is like summer, beginning summer trucks can go there. The snow is not there, it's already melt. So we arrived in the Khenpo Minser place. We stayed there more than 1 month in that retreat center. So when we meet the first time, and Khenpo Minser's retreat hut, he has very small retreat hut. We have 25 maybe like monks. Everyone is like very close to each other, no any empty space. Or it's include can go into his true heart inside there. And so when we meet Khenpo Minsa, of course, he is very happy, and the joy is Garchen Rinpoche come there, see him. And Garchen Rinpoche also of course, he has happy joy. He's seeing his guru long time. After that, I think, I'm not sure like before how long he meet, but that is the last meeting. So then he records the teachings, this Dzogchen, like Peter instruction, records teach, Garchen Rinpoche as records Khenpo Minsa. Khenpo Minsa is also not, like easy that you can see Garchen Rinpoche very easy, everything is accepting, whatever you say, he accepting for you, give you a hug and give you, blessings, whatever need, people he fed, people's desire, everything. So Khenpo Minsa is not like that. He is a kind of more wrathful teacher. All the students very scared of him there. So that no one can ask him, give me Dzogchen teachings. He tell you, go home. No many words, only say go home, that's it. So then you cannot ask anything request. So who wanted to receive teaching, Mahamudra Dzogchens, means at least you have to stay years there. He want to see that person really want the Dharma. Okay, that person have devotion. He check that person has, patience to enough to receive teaching. He check that. So that's why he let them stay in his place. His place is not easy to stay. Winter time is not easy. It's really, really cold. It's harsh weather. Then no house. You have to stay in the tent. So some people just create like kind of cabins, like, use some, in Tibet, they just cut the grass, and they create like sofa. It's breaks kind of like grass cutting. Grass is very tight. And you can cut, you create like the break like that, where to create some house temporary, put, temporary plastic top there, and cover the rain not come into the house. So some does like that. If you have that, that is great. But most people don't have that. You just have to stay in the tent. And then you have to make tea is always outside. You cannot make tea inside the tent. So it's not easy. That's why he give that hardship. I think he really checking the person who has ability to receive teaching, and they're really going to want the wanting and the practice or not. So then he asked to do all this Hindu practice. And then they can meet him one by one. He just most important is 4 thoughts meditation. He required this 4 thoughts meditation, like he receiving other teachings. 4 thoughts meditation, then you cannot say I already practiced. He asked questions. So then I heard that time, and in that who live the area students, that when they're going to have this test with the Khenpo Minsa going to ask questions, they cannot sleep, they're so scared, nervous. The next day they can, because he asked going to questions, if you don't have good answers, you have to do again. Yeah. And then that time in his place has 2 different groups. One is like study group, and his student. Another is Khenpo Tenpa Tarji. He take care of that other student, like sharing this philosophy teachings. Khenpo Minsa sometimes give teaching to them, but mainly Khenpo Minsa taking care other student, actually, who come from far away and wanted to meditate, only focus meditation, stay, meditate. So he giving this guide, a very simple way guiding for them. So that he give them like some education for how to do this guide, you know. This some other like who come there is no background education. That's why he guided this like Hindu practice correctly, and especially for thoughts meditation. He take tests for them, so they have to learn that and meditate. And then he shared the teachings. So when Garchen Rinpoche recalls him as teaching Dzogchen, he said, "Wow, you guys, never ever you can receive." You know, he very suppressing. He said, "Go, go, go, go." So he happy, but he said, "Go." Then Garchen Rinpoche, he has very strong, you know, passion and you know, enthusiasm, never give up recourse, just pushing him again and again. So how hard, difficulty, if kids, the, you know, come all the way, come from to Gam Monastery to here. And then these monks cannot stay here because we monastery have so many things have to do, all these programs coming. So then he don't accept, he said, "Go, go, go. If you have that kind of busy, you go." So he said, "That is not my business. This is all your business. You cannot put any other reasons, just like that." And so then maybe that day he didn't maybe accept. So we stay and Garchen Rinpoche went again and recourse again. So then finally he just shares this, when I shared with you 2 weeks ago, no, 3 months ago, it's one of the Dzogchen teaching. I don't remember the name. So that teaching he shared. And he shared that we have already Hindu practice before. So then that's why he shared. If not Hindu practice, it's not possible to he share that teaching. He shared some other teachings. There, no, we cannot go there because some only who, you know, his slides pick up the student and they can go to receive some teachings. His teaching is like according to student, dependent what they need. So he shared that part for them, but not everything what you want. Then we was there 1 month when we ready to leave. So before, like couple of days before we're going to leave, and Khenpo Minister doing something blessing in their stupa. Someone created stupa. So we saw that. We have to watch what is going on in the area. Then something going on, everybody run because no messages, like, you know, you don't know what's going on. So everyone went there and all the monks, like 100 easily come out. And then he did blessings and he just introduced Garchen Rinpoche for his students. So main point he told Garchen Rinpoche is a realized teacher. And he has a different, you know, other one. He has more like kind of, you know, he said bodhicitta, compassion. So he said, like, you cannot like follow the same as him because he has different high realizer. He has a compassion enough. He can go to benefit others and he can accept the others' offerings. He can use, but he told other students, still don't go to follow the offerings, stay in the temple, stay his place, don't follow the Garchen. He is a crazy yogi and different. So he just kind of like, you know, make jokes with like just sharing like some informations. And then he saying Garchen Rinpoche, he's the crazy person, like something, you know, he talk about everyone make laughing. And so everyone enjoy. And at that time, Khenpo Minister told Garchen Rinpoche, "No, I'm not going to stay too long." I was there very close. So I was there very close. He's told could be 2 years. No, don't bring any lamas from your monastery here. So no, this is the last one. That's why I give the teaching. So no, you can give this teaching for others. So sometimes he share like, seriously, like most important information, so like, you comes like that. He told at that time, and so I just only share this teaching that because that's the reason. I'm not going to stay too long. You can share these teachings. Rinpoche said, no, I'm going to bring more students. I'm going to bring not only in Gar Monastery, I'm going to ask all these different monasteries, so ask, monks to come to see you. Khenpo Minsa said, no, I'm not going to do any teachings much. You have to share teaching for them. So that's he told them. After 2 years, Khenpo Minsa passed away. And so then that is the day, and then we went to home another next day. So we meet Khenpo Minsa again. He shared power teaching, and that time his teaching is like behind his yard, his retreat hut. Is when he talk teaching, it's always is outside, not inside, because no temple inside there. It's summer is beautiful in Tibet. You don't have to worry about the bugs. It's kind of heaven, that summer is there, is heaven, but winter is headrooms. So two things going on there. And he shared the teachings outside, and all the students come there, meet him, share the teaching. So he shared the teaching, and then he teaching Rinpoche a little bit, different kind, and then sometimes he giving teaching, and so discussion, Dharma, and then finish the teachings. Suddenly, Garche Rinpoche, cry so strong, and so he cannot stop. Then we stayed there just kind of 15 minutes. Paused, everyone paused. All they have 100 monks. Then no one say anything, just Khenpo Minsa, front of Garche Rinpoche, he crying, just Khenpo Minsa still like same as rocks. No saying anything, words. So then 15 minutes after, mostly monks, they just ball like head is down like this, and some is of course they have like tears come from eye and the devotion through that to recognize, big connections. And I was a young problem, so I didn't have much understanding. I just love everyone what going on, watching them. So I saw mostly it's like just put some people, this rope is put in the head like this, down, and you cannot see much. So almost 15 minutes like that. It's very special, silent, but it's you get big blessing. And then Garche Rinpoche, he just get up and he left. Then we follow him, just Rinpoche, and he just directly went to his tent and close tent he stay. He didn't, I think he did not. So next day we have to leave. Next day, then we don't know what's going on, Garche Rinpoche, so we scared, we don't ask him anything, leave him. So next day, and then we have to leave, so that we rent the tart, and the tart comes and we put everything in the tart. Garche Rinpoche come get in the tart, then we have to go through the tart. It's passing to Khenpo Minsa's retreat hut. Then when we get the behind there, so he get off, he went to Khenpo Minsa's retreat hut, and it didn't take too long. We waiting in the tart, so he come out, and then he get in the tart. That we have to cross the big river, and cross the big river, and then other side have to go river. Other side we have to go to the we living. Khenpo Minsa also, when Garche Rinpoche come out his retreat hut, after like kind of a couple of minutes, he also come out. He come out, he follow and come to very close to river, and then he just walk, follow where we following, he followed the riverside. Then people saw, many monks saw, everyone follow him. all the monks like can't to follow this Khenpo Minster, and we are other side of the river. Thai is living, other side the Khenpo Minster is following, like just like both same direction. And then Thai Dava also recognized, he dive very slowly, and we are top of the Thai and can see, and the Gachen Rinpoche, he already face is like different because it's all it's like, you know, crying. And so then Khenpo Minster come to that, and we cross all the way up to the, you know, other side of the, then we cannot see that Khenpo Minster stayed there. He groups or the stay there, meditate, kind of like we can see them, then we pass, go through. So we cannot see after that. As I'm thinking about the same, so it's the when Marpa Lords leave from the, I mean the Malarepa, when he leave from the Marpa Lords as a retreat center. So Marpa Lords come with him is half day with him. So, you know, like sending back to his student home. So then they stay in the one mountain, you know, the area that did the soul offering, and then Malarepa did the prostration. He leave. Then Malarepa all the way to another side of the mountain. He looked back. Marpa Losa still he there, watching the Malarepa living. So like that kind of, you know, it's a feeling. It's like there. Khenpo Minster also he stay, you know, there when we leave his retreat center, and then we cannot see. He stayed there, we low back meditating, all the like monks with them, and so that's the, you know, Garchen Rinpoche's devotion. That devotion is why he has that strong devotion, because he's Khenpo Minster give teaching to him, and he practice, he get benefit, realize. So that's why he has that strong devotion. So if you don't practice Dharma, our devotion is just words and surface. It's not really strong in our mind. It's that kind is like we cannot really share to other people who don't practice Dharma. They don't understand anything about this kind. They really see the crazy people. You know, the yogis teachers are crazy. They don't have that kind of strong recognize. And then, see, that is the one of the Garchen Rinpoche's, has strong devotion with Guru. And then Garchen Rinpoche also, another, his Guru is His Holiness Chesang. Is Garchen Rinpoche, his guru too. That is his guru. When he told me one day he received Vajra Yogin empowerment, His Holiness Chesang. So that night he has vision of Vajra Yogini and get blessing. So then starting that, his guru is become, another guru is become His Holiness Chesang. So Garchen Rinpoche is also guru to His Holiness Chesang. Holiness Chesang is also guru to Garchen Rinpoche. And so Holiness Chesang has very strong, like Garchen Rinpoche has connect and devotion. And so that's another like hand, like saying Jiktin Sumgun. And the lineage holder is Holiness Chesang. And Jiktin Sumgun's heart disciple is Garchidangpa. So, you know, that blessings, or the you know, still going on. So that's also lineage blessing. So we are, or, you know, Garchen Rinpoche's disciples are fortunate. And because we have all these lineage blessings, guru devotions. So our teacher, if you don't have a devotion to his gurus, then we don't get that feeling, we don't get that blessing. So you your teacher, guru has devotion to his guru, then that is become more connections. It's blessing, guru devotion, guru blessing. So then Garchen Rinpoche, he has many, of course, his gurus. Another is His Holiness Dalai Lama. And I meet with His Holiness Dalai Lama with Garchen Rinpoche. It's very special connections, sons. So Garchen Rinpoche is very happy and joy. And he really satisfied main point. So that meeting, he really satisfied. And he very happy. His practice also, all the condition comes. When we meet His Holiness Dalai Lama, no any preparation, I mean, try to receive empowerment. Just we have appointment with meeting with him. When we meet with him, after right away, His Holiness give White Tara empowerment. So His Holiness Dalai Lama say, I'm going to give White Tara empowerment. He gave one White Tara statue, Garchen Rinpoche, and then he asked, follow me. So we follow His Holiness, went to all the way his temple. And if he don't accept that, we meet him his house, then he goes to the teaching. We cannot get close to him there. So he said, follow me. And we follow him. There's one, his, of course, guide, Lord secretaries, they say, oh, you guys come after. I say, no, Holiness asked me come with him. So then he can go with him. So we went all the way with him and his temple and his throne, and we sit next to his throne. So receive this White Tara empowerment. So that kind of, this is always Rinpoche, he practiced White Tara, and the conditions is blessings or special there arise. So many things like that. Yeah. So that's always Guru's devotion. Long as you have devotion, you always connect with the Dharma, something you really into you can receive, practice teachings and benefit to you, what you really need. It's not enough devotions, then whatever going on there, you are out of boundary. Doesn't matter, you're physically that place, but you are not there. Long as you have devotions, strong connections, doesn't matter where you are, it's there, you are there. So without the devotion, these connections, even you are close with them, front of them, but you are boundary. This is not followed by the worldly, thinking, not talking about physical be there or not. It's spiritual and blessing. This is beyond the science. So how to include there or not? Yeah, so that's why it's Garchen Rinpoche has very strong devotion to his gurus. And then, so that blessing we have. If he don't have enough devotions, his gurus, then we don't get blessing from Garchen too. He has devotion to his gurus. That due to that, we get blessing, we can feel. And so that is also his realized through realization, he has that devotion. So then today just also I want to share with you this devotion is followed by the 5-part Mahamudra. We have 5-part Mahamudra. The Song of Realization Jikin Sumgong he wrote. It's song not wrote, but he arises, through his realization. So I'm going to share that devotion section today. Then tomorrow we can see, maybe we can go to Mahamudra section. We see what Garchen Rinpoche do today. So yogis is we cannot ask them to do this, organize. Whatever that comes, we have to accept that. So that's why I don't know what he's going to do today. Share. I just send Rico's teaching. He has that, but it could be he got through that, could be not. We don't know. So whatever comes, we have to accept. And so now I'm going to share with you this through the this share screen share. I have to open up. Can you see?
We can see.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
This part is our wrote a commentary for Song of Realization. Jigten Sunggun's 5-part Mahamudra. So then the second accomplished the Lama Guru Yoga, as it is said. So second is Guru Yoga. Why is the second? First one is Bodhicitta. It's called preliminary practice. Then main practice is Guru Yadam Deity Guru Yoga Mahamudra. So Yadam Deity is first. Second is Guru Yoga. So that's why it's number 2 there. If you follow the 5-part Mahamudra, this is number 3. But this is right now we're talking about main practice, preliminary practice, main practice. Preliminary practice has the love, compassion, bodhicitta practice. So now main practice has 3, Yadam Deity, Guru Yoga, Mahamudra. So this is the Guru Yoga. This is the song of realization, come from Jigten Sunggun. If on the Guru Snow Mountain of the 4 kayas, the sun of devotion first to shine, the stream of blessings will not arise. Attain therefore to this mind of devotion and establish yourself as the Snow Mountain, Lama's very nature of the 4 kayas. So that's the root text. Explain. Regarding the practice of Guru Yoga, it is said that when the brilliant warm rays of the sun of devotion, so our devotion is the same as the sun. Sun arises, then warm, comes. Then through that, snow mountain can be moved. Like that, the snow mountain comes water, is the same as the blessing from the Guru. Guru is the same as the snow mountain. Sun of devotion, do not radiate it out. See, if sun is no chance, the follow of the snow mountain stream blessing does not spring forth. And then we can change this, sun of devotion arise, do not is yes, arise, devotion, sun is arise, ought radiate, then out of the follow of the snow mountain stream blessing arise, spring forth. So we get blessing. Long as devotion, you get blessing. If you don't have enough devotion, then you don't get blessing. So blessing is dependent, it's our devotion. If sun is no chance, then no possible, it's snow mountain is melting. So if snow mountain is not melting, then stream blessing is not possible, does not spring forth. Therefore, one should become the embodiment of this sign of supplication and devotion. One should become the embodiment of this sign of supplication and devotion. We create our devotion. A snow mountain river naturally follows forth evoked by the warm rays of the sun. In the same way, through the disciples' overwhelming and intense yearning, the blessing of the Lama are invoked, bring forth a river-like stream of the full empowerment that cleans away defilements. And like nature bubbling forth of a snow mountain river, one's own mind and the Lama's mind become inseparably one. So one, if arise our devotion, then we get blessing. So the highest level blessing is our mind and our own mind and the Lama's mind become inseparable one. So that is the highest level blessing. This, song of realization come from Jigten Sunggung. He has this experience. That's why he shared this. So he has this devotion, his guru, Mahamudra. And through the blessing, he received all the teachings from the Mahamudra. And then also think about the Telopa, he received teaching from directly Buddha Vajradhara through the devotion and the realization. Same is like Jigten Sunggung, he has experience, he has strong devotion with his guru, he never separate with his guru's mind. Then he received all the blessing, become his mind and the Lama's mind, his guru's mind is inseparable one. So that's his own experience sharing for us, not just like we writing something, never happened, but beautiful words, not like that. This is his own experience sharing for us. For the fortunate who wish to accomplish the state of completely perfected Buddhahood. So now, if someone, wanted to become completely perfect Buddhahood, if we wanted to reach enlightenment in this life, what we need devotion. So if without devotion, then never ever possible we become enlightenment in this life. So the devotion is key, especially this Pita instructions, Mahamudra teaching, Vajrayana teaching. So I share you last week, Vinayana renunciation is key. Mahayana compassion, love is key. Then bodhicitta arise. Vajrayana and Mahamudra devotion is the key. Long as you have devotion, even you don't know anything about the Dharma, you have very strong devotion with your guru, then you receive some short bit instructions, you use that practice, you can be realized in this lifetime. So that's why it's like in the Mahamudra, some teacher says, if you realize this, you are become in one lifetime. If you don't recognize this, if you recognize this nature, you can be realized one lifetime through the Guru blessing. If you don't recognize, if you know all the 84,000 Dharma teachings, you have become high scholar educations, but still you are stuck in the samsara. So that's the reason of course, if you have background philosophy Buddhist, then that is the great. But without that, still you can enlightenment through the Guru devotion. So that's why Jigten Songkho is sharing his heart to his students, his followers. And for the fortunate means like, see, we are fortunate. So fortunate, you don't think about someone, other people, just think about ourselves is fortunate. Because we have this connection with blessing lineage and the Guru and the teachings is there. So that is how we are fortunate. Then who wish to accomplish the state of complete perfect Buddhahood? We are wishing to accomplish state of perfectly Buddhahood. We want to become Buddhahood. We are, we don't think about pointing someone else, just pointing ourselves. We want Buddhahood in this life, which is the source of our benefit and happiness. Then this, the source of our benefit and happiness, where does it come from? The need to rely on a sublime spiritual friend is in this Dharma. In this Dharma. So we have to rely on the teacher. If want to become realizer and one lifetime Buddha, we need to rely on spiritual teacher, friend. Is in this principle Dharma. So then you really, truly, you practice this Dharma, arise devotion, Guru, same time you devotion to all the Sangha. Jigten Songkho, he went to his Mahamudра's retreat center, not only devotion to Mahamudra, but he has devotion to all his students. That's why he bowed down postation to every student. That's we also ultra level symbol. See, the Gachin Rinpoche has very special, connect with others, like respect and love, compassion, because he has that realization. That is the son of the teacher's realization. He is seeing Guru is Buddha and also spiritual sublime. All other teachers also he has devotions, and also all the Sangha he has respect. Other religions also has respect. That's all come from their own practice. If you don't practice the Dharma, then it's only you follow the words, then you criticize all the time. Criticize our own lineage, criticize own religion, criticize others' religions, criticize the Sangha, criticize all the time teachers. So that means like you just follow the words, not really practice the Dharma, anything in your mind. Long as you have that kind, percepts or like that kind of like situation you have, that is the biggest obstacle. So then that time you really have to practice Guru Yoga and practice Vajrasattva. That is our obstacle. Sometimes we have kind of like that too. So the need to rely on some spiritual friend is in this Dharma. The condensed perfection of wisdom, Sutra Panchaparamita, Sakayata says, so no, this is I did explain, Jigten Songkho's root text, followed by all these Buddha's sutras and the Tantra's teaching is, like how important this rely on Guru. So today I can share with you this easy, usually a little bit harder because, the people who not ready to hear this Guru devotion, it's not easy for share these ones. They cannot easily accept. I told you, like due to the cultures, also like years ago in England, someone asked His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the Guru Yoga practice is like you have to take out from the Buddhist text because this is like kind of a more not really correct for the human right. and equal right. So that kind of people has persons is who don't know the Dharma. It's only you follow the worldly thinking. You know, this is the spiritual, totally different. And, you know, that kind of, you know, like people have a perception comes. Then that's why hard to share sometimes these kind of teachings. If some students don't have like enough devotion for the Dharma, who don't practice the Dharma, if you share this kind of things, wow, Tibetan Dharma is like no human right, kind of like no equal right. We have to post station to Guru. It's like whatever that says we have to do. That is not possible. We can do, like, you know, that easily denied. So that's why used to harder to share. But today I hope everyone is have strong practitioners here. That's why we can follow this easily. Then what is this? Panchaparamita says, always rely on learned lamas. If you wonder why all good qualities of learning arise from them. So then this is also depending students. Someone who wanted to know the Dharma, you know, gain the knowledge, then you have to rely on the teacher is knowledge teacher. Always rely on learned Lama, means knowledge teachers. If you wonder why, all good quality of learning arise from them. So teacher don't know, then you cannot learn. So if you really wanted to know Dharma, educate, you have to study from learning someone who has these qualities. Then you know the Dharma, you practice, arise, you know, devotion and connect with the Dharma, your practice is become really benefit to you. And Tantra says, even if all good qualities are completely perfect, without the Lama, there's no end to samsara. Even you have all the other educations, without Guru devotion, without Guru blessing, you cannot free from samsara. So that's the main point is. Become is the same as a scientist. Scientists is not possible to become free from samsara because they don't have a devotion enough. They don't have a spiritual teacher. Without Lama, there's no end to samsara. Without something, the boat cannot reach the other shore. So without, you know, the who or something like who I think is who use the boat, you know, kind of a pallet, right? That without that person, we cannot get other side, other shore. So like that, without a teacher, we cannot get nirvana. Also, due to pure discipline conduct, then Lama means like there, of course, here our Guru, here is talking about the Guru's quality. Then Guru quality is like dependent. This three yanas is different, not the same required. If you're going to practice Vinayana, then the Guru need discipline conduct. If you're going to receive the Vinayana vows, Guru need this conduct. Without that, you cannot get vows. The Lama possesses the moral training of not transgressing the prescribed limits of what to adopt and discard. So we need that moral ethic. That is required to Vinayana teaching and Hinayana. Due to pure discriminating knowledge, he possesses expertise in Sutra and Tantra. And due to pure compassion, he is endowed with bring the burden of only benefiting others. So if you're going to receive the Mahayana teachings, our teacher, Guru, must have to have a compassion. Without compassion, then, you know, you cannot get blessing. You just not really qualify. That is like teachers' quality. Highest quality is compassion. The first one is see, moral ethics. Second is compassion. And as it is endowed with the blessing of the lineage transmission. So then Vajrayana requires is with the blessing of the lineage transmission. So you must have to have a lineage blessing transmissions. So Buddha Vajradhara, Telopa, Naropa, all the way to enter our Guru, the unbroken lineage. And called golden lineage, pure lineage. Then the Lama's instruction is profound and amazing. Then that our gurus giving the pit instructions. Furthermore, it is important that the stream of teachers and students be uninterrupted. Then it's important that the stream of teachers and students be uninterrupted like this. All the blessing is uninterrupted, not broken the blessing lineage. No transgressions, like no broken samaya, the lineage blessing, the Vajrayana, this, teacher to disciple blessing is unbroken and uninterruptedly. The stream of empowerment not subside. So then, long as you have that, lineage, blessing, you receive the empowerment from the Guru. The blessing of faith, not faith. Then blessing is arise. The blessing, no one can stop. If snow mountain is there, sun is shines, weather is warm, snow mountain is melting, water is arising. So that's no one can stop like that. Yeah. And as long as you have this Guru, snow mountain is there, your son devotion is arise to the Guru, then this Guru's blessing is arising. No one can stop. So the blessing of faith, not faith. And the essential points of the practice, not be perverted. Devotion alone is ascertained to be the method for giving rise to realization. So then, see, where is realization is come from? Realization is come from through the devotion. So then some people always ask me question, many people ask me how to get devotion. So devotion is very important, right? Some say, okay, how do we get devotion? How do we get devotion? You have to practice the Dharma. No one source there. I cannot point in one thing there. So you have to practice Dharma, study, and you follow the spiritual, then devotion arises. Then the devotion has, of course, like different kind of devotions. So which kind of devotion is like, there are two different devotions there. One to Tepe Jindam is one to is someone draw faculties. Draw faculty is follow devotion. Sharp faculty is follow Dharma. So follow the Dharma. So why is that called the draw faculties? Follow follow the actually person. Okay, draw faculties follow the devotion with the person. And if someone don't know the Dharma, and you see the teachers, you see the statues, you see the something object of Buddha's object, spiritual object, arise devotion. Very strong devotion connected, but that has you have something connected with the previous life. So that is called draw devotion, but arise easily, but you can be lost. But if you don't lose, you use that devotion, you get realized. that devotion is not bad. Its devotion is good, but the main point is not stable. Because I just told you that like someone, we have a sufficient devotion. Like someone says like, oh, this person is not great. He does something wrong, and then you lost devotion. Then you have something devotion like for the spiritual object, something, then someone say, oh, this object has no good qualities because it's like something wrong, and the shape is not good, quality is not good, something you hear, you lost that connect. So that is called, like door focus devotion, not stable. If some condition comes, you can lose devotion. Negative condition can be destroy your devotion. So that devotion is good to connect with the Dharma, connect with the teacher, but use that devotion. We have to create sharp focus devotion, is like Dharma devotion. Study Dharma. You understanding Dharma, then someone say, oh, Buddha Dharma is not correct. You never lost your faith. You have practiced your Dharma, and you get connect with your guru, teachers, someone whatever says, you no lose devotion because you have your own experience, connections. So that is called the high sharp focus devotion arise from Dharma, means like practice Dharma. You have your own experience, recognize, then devotion. That devotion is stable. So that kind of two different devotions. Anyway, either devotion is, of course, is great. Devotion learned is asserted to be the method for giving rise to realization. Long as you have that devotion, you get realization. Devotion is a cause. Realization is result. Then also realize is cause. Devotion is a result too. So true devotion is realization. You practice Dharma and you have that strong connect. You recognize your own experience. Then that strong devotion, very powerful devotions, then there is never lost. So that's I feel always Gachin Rinpoche, he has that devotion. Then, okay, so that's a devotion is come from, like, see, wisdom is a cause, result is a devotion. Devotion is a cause, result is wisdom. That is usually our ordinary people. First, devotion arises, then we practice, then put effort, then we get realization. So that always goes back and forth. When we practice, sometimes our practice like wisdom go first, because you go into meditate Mahamudra, you feel that power of blessing, power of the dharmas, you connect your fear, recognize your own experience, then that arises strong devotion. Then sometimes we have a devotion to Mahamudra and the gurus, through that go to Mahamudra practice. So always, like this go back and forth. Devotions can be cause, devotions can be result. So one day we practice, like maybe first your practice, maybe devotion is a cause. Then second is wisdom is a cause, it's always go back and forth. Just devotion to the Lama. Moreover, it is important to have confident faith that one's Ru Lama is actually the Dharmakaya Buddha Vajradhara. So we have to recognize our Guru is same as Dharmakaya Buddha. So we must have to have confidence. Moreover, it is important to have confident faith that one's Ru Lama is actually the Dharmakaya Buddha Vajradhara. You have that kind of confidence, you hear the teachings from your Guru. It's very powerful. So the teaching is powerful or not, it's up to our devotion. Actually, not Guru's power. There are always contradictions, causes contradictions, interdependent. So Buddhist is interdependent, right? Not permanent. That's the reason. Long as you have this confidence, and you get blessing, you get connect with the Dharma. So even you have, actually, if you don't have a devotion, you don't have a confident faith, even your teacher is Buddha Shakyamuni appear to front of you, he shares your teaching, you don't get much blessing. That's why it's in the story, his stories, during his time, many students also like, against sometimes like they don't recognize. So that is all is up to us. Vajrayana practice is like we can create pure precepts, pure precepts. Everyone is a Buddha actually. Everyone has these qualities, but due to our obstacles, we don't see. Then due to their obstacle, our obstacle, two obstacles don't see. But as long as you have strong devotion, the spiritual teachers, like you really get benefit. And long as you have a devotion, then the teacher teaching is powerful. And to understand the extraordinary, where the Kagyu fathers of the past relied on the lamas. So this all the tradition, lineage, blessing lineage, is rely on spiritual teacher and rely on blessing, for the realization. The Kalachara says, even by offering to the three jivas and protecting the lives of 10 million creatures in all the kappas of the three times, Buddhahood will not be attained in this life. So, see, this is like very powerful practice. But long as you don't have a devotion, you cannot realize it. Without realizing, you cannot Buddhahood. So this is a comparison, not talking about you offering to three jewels, not that powerful. You protecting the life of 10 million creatures, that not that much benefit. Not talking about it like that. Of course, that has a very special, you create accumulation merit, you protecting other beings, you benefit others, and like beyond the words. But there's still, you cannot be Buddhahood because its cause is missing, condition is there, not there. This, of course, takes you become good conditions. You can benefit many other beings. You have very powerful, but still you're missing, light of realizations, the cause. So then where is the realization is come from? Realization is come from devotion. Okay, so that's why it's like, see, devotion is very important. Then we also have to do these things too. Of course, this all is a practice of Dharma and important, but still without devotion cannot be Buddhahood one lifetime. If one places the Lama who is on a ocean of qualities with a pure, clean mind. If one pleases the Lama who is in ocean of quality with a pure, clean mind, so that is create lots accumulation merit. The supreme and ordinary accomplishment are certain to be attained in this very life. Then you can get realized in this life. And Lord Maitreya says in the Sharshin section of the Uttara Tantra, the ultimate reality of all self-born is the object of realization of faith itself. The shining sun disk is not seen by those without eyes. So our this devotion is the same as the sun, but I mean the blind eye. So without the devotion, you don't have eye. You don't see the sun. The shining sun disk is not seen by those without eyes. So it is taught in both Sutra and Tantras that the best method for giving rise to the quality of realization in the student's mind stream is mainly devotion. So we cannot pointing all the time like teacher's problem. We have to pointing our own problem, and then otherwise you cannot get realization if we're thinking about always like analyze the teacher. So see, that's the reason here. Sutra Tantra both. Best method for giving rise to the quality of realization in the student mind state, mainly devotion. The quality arise or not is actually up to our own devotion. For example, in this temple, we have a beautiful Buddha statue, 1,000 Buddha statue, all these lineage blessing images. Buddha's conjure text is here. Someone who don't have devotion come to in this temple, they're just kind of a museum, like go to museum and looking, oh, this painting is nice, this painting is beautiful or not, oh, this statue is really beautiful. They don't get any special connect feeling. The temple's problem or the person's problem. Because the person's problem, they don't have enough devotion. They don't understand. The someone who has devotion, when they come into the temple, is feel joy, happy, and you see this special object, you totally different feeling, and wanted to be there, practice and enjoy. So you see all these each images, so like, okay, Malarepa. You wanted to bow down to the image. You see the Marpa Lotus. You all this, like the images. You wanted to bow down, want to respect, prostration, and fair blessing, joy. So that's also up to see our devotion, not this spiritual object only, right? That's the reason we, create our devotion for our guru and the teachings, then we get benefit. So then how to create our devotion, we have to practice Dharma. So we have to cultivate 4 thoughts, meditation, love, compassion, and then practice Yadam dating, guru devotion. All this is source of the devotion. What is a devotion source? Devotion source is all this spiritual, practice. And today I share with you this Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, all these stories. That also helps your devotion arising. If you don't never hear before that teaching, you see the Malarepa's image. No, you see the Malarepa image is like very different. So see, this teaching helps. Listening teaching helps devotion arise. And cultivate helps devotion arise. Meditate, arise devotion. So then this deeper devotion is due to your practice. If you don't practice, then the devotion we cannot, share. You don't understand, we don't understand. Because it's a devotion, true devotion is come from our practice. Okay, so that part is already finished. Today here is a guru devotion. And that is one section. It's from this 5-part Mahamudra from Jigten Sunggun's Song of Realization. If you wanted to know more about this, and I also wrote the commentary for Essence of Mahayana. So Essence of Mahayana also has this 5-part Mahamudra, and then Guru Yoga section has all this teaching and more information there too. So we have this Song of Realization commentaries. I think you have. We offer this Song of Realization. Whole book is during the 800th anniversary Jigten Sungung's Parinirvana in practice in Arizona. So that time we offer this book for everyone from Digondama Syria. And I think you have mostly who was that time. So you can, if you don't have, so we can put in the website, you can get download. And also I have another like Guru devotion. When I was in Arizona, I share the Guru devotion. That is a more specific go to Garchen Rinpoche. And then that section is Amanda, she did a transcription and we create the book, and you can go to Gardroma website, you can download there, and Canada website. Already there, measure? Not yet, okay. Canada also going to put, Digondama say already there or not yet? The book is in the website or no? So the devotion, the book also in the website too. Okay, so that's also kind of more personal information. I mean, the personal means like you know, Garchen Rinpoche and my mother, and then all this kind of like connections. So I share that, and Amanda did a beautiful transcription. Thank you very much. And also we have other many books put in the website. During this coronavirus time, we create many commentaries, important short commentaries. Amanda did all these transcriptions and created beautiful design. Thanks very much. And all right now is in the website. So then that's I can share today with you. And now we go back to finish this Guru Yoga practice. It's tomorrow, so I can share this Guru Yoga, Garchen Rinpoche's Guru Yoga. This update, new one, new vision, just this morning, early morning, I received from Ina. So we have a new vision. So I can share today, just we read is the new one, update. So I'm going to share right now, going to screen, and then we're going to finish that practice. Can you see or no?
Canberra, we can see.
Okay. I can share a little bit different ways. 1 minute. Can you see?
Yes, we can see.
Which is better?
I like the first one.
The first one is better.
Is better, Kempo.
Okay, then I'll go back to first way. This one better?
Yes, this one is better.
Okay. We are in the mantra. Om Guru Rena Tanza Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om. At the end, the universe and the beings melt into light and dissolve into the Guru. The Guru transforms into 5 color of robes, I think, dissolve into my heart and our minds, merge, love at inseparable nature of the Gurus and your own mind. So we meditate here. By this virtue, may I safely accomplish the glorious Guru, and thereby establish all sentient beings without exception in that state. Okay, so this practice without transformation you can use, and then yeah. So that's the finish it today, and then see you
Thank
later.
you, Kempula.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bless you, Kempula.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you later. So we have after 1 hour.